What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to KeeperRL, the series in which you and we write on our enemies. I mean, we don't have any writable objects. We don't have any pens, we don't have any pencils, we don't have anything of the kind. We also don't have horses, llamas. We do have a pretty good selection of pigs, although none of them are oversized enough, I think, for our men to ride on them. And so we can give it a try. I'm just saying you might inspire some back pain in the pig, and I don't want to cause that. I don't want to have to send the pig to a chiropractor. Do you understand what my insurance costs are already? Just with the current loadout that we have, every single one of these orcs has to be on my health insurance plan. Every single one. And I spend all my money on gold statues. I'm not good with finances. I'm not good with finances and making sure everybody has the things they need in order to do the things that matter. And so today we're probably going to end up actually completing the game, I think. I'm going to go ahead and send somebody out to scout once it's nighttime. We've got about, about 450 turns left. Although I suppose I could just take the team and we can go look. Let's take the team and go look. In the previous episode, we had ended up wiping out all of our lizard man enemies who had been attacking us like every single turn. It had worked out really fantastically. In this episode, we're probably going to look into either killing off Lord Biden, we can look into killing the tree spirits. Any of these guys are fair game. We can go after any of them that we want, and we probably won't have any problems with them. The only things remaining at this point are like the easy peasy things. Let's have a look and we'll see what a Hydra does. I don't know if a Hydra counts as like a mega boss or anything like that. I've never fought the Hydra before, and so I'm sure this will be a many-headed problem. A problem that will try its damnedest to head us off at the pass. We've got a -5 stick. Why would you ever wield that? It's the -5 stick of sucking. You give it to your enemies, just to make sure that they suck a little bit, that they're just not good at their jobs. That guy was getting brave, but I think he's actually going to get toasted. Stop casting spells. There's no reason to do so. We're out here killing like horses and cows and shit. I don't think there's any real reason to be wasting our spell casting allotments at the moment. We're not at risk, and I tend to save my stuff. What, you got a guard dog? It don't matter. Your treasure chest is mine, dude. You guys really, really, really need to just accept that that's the way this is going to play out. You're going to get attacked. So what's coming up next on the channel after I finish this off? I don't know. I'm making an initiative right now on the channel to try and play stuff. Trying to stay away from like trendy games just for a little bit because I don't know. I want to bring back some of the things that I enjoy on the channel, some of the things that I don't mind playing. For those of you that are worried about Sunless Sea, I should be back on that pretty soon. It's just that I had to take a break from it. You play a game for like 2.5 months straight, like every other day, and it's just you gotta take a break every now and again. But we will be bringing that back, I think, and we'll see how that does. There's a Hydra over here. What is the Hydra? It's level 30, but it's only got 45 attack. That's not bad. 45 attack is not that terrifying. Oh no. Oh, I don't know. Put it on somebody that's hiding in the backfield. It's definitely possible that the Hydra might go through us. Wow. He actually did work. Okay. I guess I'll let him go. I see no reason to continue that conflict. That Hydra, we're going to have to figure out... a special way to defeat him because I don't think we were getting through his armor. I wasn't taking a look at the... list of stuff we have going on, like up at the top, the little, I don't know, events list, whatever you want to call it, because it'll tell you up there whether or not you're striking the enemy. However, with these guys, kind of surprised they got wiped out like that. They must have just lacked the attack power that they need in order to get after the enemy. Really, really surprised by that, in fact, and we lost like our really, really good ones too. And that was with 40 attack. They couldn't get through that thing's flesh. Huh. Man, I'm kind of wondering how we're going to bring this one home now. I don't know. I don't know what creatures in the game actually physically have enough stats to do that kind of damage without sitting here and just training for hours and hours and hours on end. I suppose I could take out like some more vampires and things. We've got a level 15 vampire who's 35-32. Yeah. Let's go ahead. We'll add as much as we can to the stack just to see if maybe we can kill something off. We'll bring some ghosts with us too. Bring all of our zombies, bring all of our vampires, and if nothing else, this will be an opportunity to re-equip our forces if they get their asses kicked. So there's a pretty good force. Oh my god, my cat is just being... He's doing that thing that cats do where they lay on your lap and they just make themselves into like a boneless bag of like nothingness. And it's super, super annoying because he expects me to catch him. Whenever he's about to slide off of my lap, he expects me to catch him. Just, I'm responsible for his lack of a kitty equilibrium. And then if he slips and falls to the floor, he looks at me like I'm an asshole. And he's like, what was that, man? You're supposed to catch me. What's going on? You were supposed to be on that. Okay, so maybe we won't do the Hydra right now. Maybe that requires a little bit more. Nah, we're going to do the Hydra. Whatever. I've got undead beings now. We don't need anything else. We can kill this thing using our death magic. It's probably up here somewhere. Where are my critters at? All my critters need to catch up with me. I need my troop stack right now. You hear a splash. The vampire casts a spell. You hear splashes. Oh, it's up in the water right now. Okay. Let's do a, I don't know, a meteor shower? I don't want to do a meteor shower. Let's do something like a fire sphere, maybe? Can I control the fire sphere? Does the fire sphere... Oh, the fire sphere is actually like a creature. Yay! The tribe of the Hydra has been killed. That actually took a considerable amount of resources, though. I'm sort of surprised by how much effort that took. And now I gotta figure out a way that I'm gonna cart back all of the stuff that we lost with us to base, because I'm carrying too much to pick up. Goody. I do wish there was some kind of command you could use to just, like, command them to pick up everything in the area real fast. Like all the random little things, because it costs us a lot of resources to craft some of this stuff. And so I don't prefer to leave it behind. Oh, we're poisoned by gas now, too. That'll be great. There's an orc leg over here. It's just been seared off. The things that I want more than anything else are just like the really high-powered weapons. I can make more armors and more helmets and all that kind of stuff without really trying. It's super easy. I will take a command and we will switch control to yet another vampire, because there's a few things remaining that I want to bring back with me. Healing, poison, sleep. Yeah, I mean, this guy was carrying around huge amounts of magical weaponry, so we probably want to have that. Are there any caves or anything around here? Like, things that might be hiding dwarves or other little wealthy assholes? I don't care if they're poor. If they're poor dwarves down in here, we'll just ignore them and we'll leave them alone, because it seems like a nice thing to do. Life is already hard enough when you're broke. Believe me, I've been there. I was thinking about that today, getting a little nostalgic. Sitting out in front of, I got a new house, and so I didn't buy the house, I'm renting. But I went out front, and I'm sitting out in front of the house right now, and I never dreamed in my, 1,000 years that I would own a house, basically. I just never thought that that would be the case. Or, I'm sorry, I never thought that I would rent a house or anything like that, because prices where I live are really, really bad. Prices are crazy bad, but we found this one, and we kind of moved our budget around, and we're like, all right, well, we might be able to make it work if we really scrimp and save. And we'll be able to make it work no problem for the year that the lease is. And if the end of the year it's just becoming like a giant money sink, then I guess it is what it is. And we'll go back to living in an apartment or whatever. But I was sitting out in front and I was like, man, if you think about it, 5-6 years ago, I was sleeping on people's floors and I was basically like a half step away from homeless. And now I've got like this house with a garage and like a vehicle and all this stuff. Like, man, you just gotta hang in there sometimes. Like, life is rough like that, but it can turn around. Things can get better. You can go from having $5 in your bank account to having something more. You just gotta wait it out. You gotta wait it out and you gotta put in the work. Wait it out and put in the work. So it's nighttime. I actually feel like the critters that I brought along with me, the guys like the vampires and the zombies, they did a pretty good job. They didn't fail me. They didn't fail me. They were able to do some work when we were going back in there to fight with our enemies. I would say just to take this team again. And if we've got a little bit of time, we might as well go out here and see what the tree spirits are doing. See if there's any kind of chaos or trouble we can get into out here. But yeah, next thing's up on the channel. I was talking about that a little earlier, then I forgot and I changed subjects on you. I was thinking about maybe doing, I'm going to kill that cow right there. Somebody fired an arrow at me too. Oh, there's elves down here. That'll be fun to deal with. So there's an elvish sword. Pretty good stuff. Elvish swords are pretty solid. You probably want an elvish sword. Don't want to walk away from free elvish goodies. It's almost daytime. We got 87 turns of night left. Blindness. We may not be able to get the tree spirit killed before the sun comes up. I may need to give them a little bit more time to retreat back. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. Take that team. We'll disband it so that we don't have people that are over-reliant on nighttime in order to keep themselves protected. Vulture's killed by an orc. A zombie is killed. A zombie is killed. Whoa. I think that was probably due to daytime happening. I think. That's the downside to using undead allies, is they tend to be pretty good. The downshot is that if they go out in the sun, they become very much weakened and they get killed at the drop of a hat. At the drop of a hat. Although I never understood why the hat was used as like the ceremonial object which describes something crazy is about to happen. Was there a time period where people dropped their hats and then like fought each other, like dropped their hats and then bought a house, or like dropped their hats and bought a car, but like, whoa, it's about to happen at the drop of a hat, son. And then we just kept that along even though we don't drop our hats anymore before we do verbs. English is confusing. Hard to figure out. Let's go install some more statues here. If we got the cash to do it, we might as well do it. So our population cap is up to 37 now. Still sitting on quite a bit of gold, too. So is everybody equipped? Like, does everybody have things to make them stronger? So it looks like we could use a little bit more weaponry. Like, why some of these guys aren't swapping out their gear, I don't know. And that would explain why they've been getting one-shotted a whole lot as the game has gone along. How have we done on mana? Oh, my mana is absolutely fantastic. Let's go ahead and we'll do steel making real fast. We're going to need a bigger library, though, so I'll probably stack in a few more books on this side, too, because we've maxed out the research we can do for the moment. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. And that's pretty much all the library stuff that I could possibly put in. If we had 1,200 mana, we could do the final geology. But I don't think that's going to be pertinent for right now. We need a steel furnace, too. That'll take us 500 stone. Luckily, I have stone, so that's not that bad of a dedicated thing to throw in here. Perfect. Could definitely use some more stone, though. We should be able to dig that up once we get the next section of geology done. However, if I give orders, I can say fetch items over to here. Kobold skeletons on that side. Fetch those objects as well. As far as gear goes, did they drop anything out here? Like, I assume that most of my zombies had some kind of equipment on them or some kind of provisions. Because that would just be a smart thing to do, is to take your zombie and throw a whole bunch of gear on them. Not weapons, though. Keep them unarmed if you can. I know your zombies are going to be really, really, really desiring to pick up weaponry and stuff like that, but don't do it, because your zombies are better unarmed than they are with weapons. I'm going to send some of these little guys out here to work a bit further, because we could definitely use the provisions. Do we not have access to... Oh, there is some leather armor right there. I'm going to tell them to fetch that, please. Yeah, there you go. Go pick it up, because you don't know if it's going to be something useful. Fetch mushrooms and anything else laying around, too. We've got ourselves a whole bunch. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make the walls look nicer inside of our base once we've got some more stone. It's going to get expensive, but I think it'll be worth it. Because of the renovation and the resale value. When we go to put this thing up on the market, people are going to be jealous. They're going to be like, ah, damn, look at these marble walls. They're all carved up. Wish my house had the marble walls. All we have is the marble countertops. I'm like, well, that's a start. I mean, that's pretty cool. It's one of the things I like about my new place is that there's actually like a kitchen. My current apartment, it doesn't, like, it's got like a little basically bachelor kitchen where it's a really, really small area and it just totally ruins the joy of cooking. Like, I do enjoy cooking, but I need space to do it. I need elbow room. I need to be able to move things around. I can make steel ingots out of 150 of these. Well, go for it. I don't think we'll be needing that much iron anyway, so get it started. I think that's probably going to take a fair amount of time. I don't know how many they're crafting right now, whether they're doing the entire stack or whether they're doing like a smaller stack too. So if it just fills up and they get done, then it fills up and they get done. I doubt that's how it's going to work, though. They've got to have some kind of tangible stopgap when it comes to getting steel, because that's the one that gives you a whole bunch of goodies. I think we may have lost our elvish swords and whatnot, too. Seems plausible. That'd be disappointing, too. It would really be my hope that maybe we would have retained a few of those, but... Que sera. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. I'm taking this ghost, you see. Que sera, sera. We're gonna go scout this map and see if we can find our little tree spirits around. A fox attacked a ghost. It's a pretty brave fox. I don't think I would attack a ghost if I just saw it floating through the forest. They shouldn't be able to hit the ghost. That's what ghosts are nice for, is scouting. Oh, never mind. The elven archer swings his elven sword swiftly. You are critically wounded and you die. Okay, he got us. Never mind then. Not that mad. We still managed to scout some stuff out. We're going to have to go over there with like a dedicated force, though, if we really want to make this happen. We do have some orcs in training. I'd like to see a lot of these guys get stronger, though, before I dump them into combat. Yeah, they're actually doing like one thing of steel at a time. So for a steel sword, we could do a steel armor. That'd be pretty sick. How much steel do I have? 50. I got like no steel. Dude, this is going to take forever to get that steel done. Holy shit. I'm going to have to put somebody dedicated on that stuff. Good lord. Here, you go train for a little bit. I'd like you to be higher level. Or level 10. But 11 to 12 is where they start to become like indestructible juggernauts. They start being a little bit stronger at that point. Getting a little bit of that arm day in. Getting a little bit of that workout. Doing some curls. Hanging one of those thingies up on the door jamb that lets you do pull-ups. Yes, sirree, Bob. For some reason, I have addressed this statement to Bob. I'm not really sure why. There's no Bob inside of the room. But I like to keep it interesting. I like to keep it a little floaty, a little bit lighter in here, you know, like a Bob Ross cloud, light and fluffy. I don't know if I should craft more stuff or not. We've basically deforested the entire map. Not a lot of trees left. Some of them are trying to regrow down here, but they're not being effective at it. I don't think they're gonna make it. Let's take our orcs, and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into. The orcs are essentially expendable anyways, as far as that goes. We're going to control them. Let's run on out, and we'll see what the tree spirits are doing out here. If I need further backup upon arrival. Why did I only bring one orc? I wanted my entire warband. There we go. Now we got the warband. Let's take them back out here. Let's see what we have going on. There are elf corpses everywhere. Cows, vultures. Don't see any enemies just yet, although down here I'd virtually guarantee we'd find... Oh, shit. Well, wherever that came from... Jesus. There it is. So that elven archer is down. We'll pick up all of his stuff. Ah. And there's our spirits. How hard are they? Oh, they're level 23. Those are actually fairly considerable with regards to how strong they are. I don't think we killed any of them. Yeah, I would say just release them. We're going to need bigger, badder dudes in order to make that work. The tree spirits shouldn't be able to get... Oh, they're still dying in droves. We'll see how many get back home in just a minute, but... Tree spirits are tougher than we expected. Tree spirits put in a little bit of work on us. They've been working on their overhand and kind of their grapple game. We're probably going to have to run over there in the middle of the night and bring some of the vampires with us, I think. How strong are the vampires right now? Level 8. Not as strong as I would like them to be. I'm just gonna have to keep the... Oh, we've got an ogre who's at level 15 though. Maybe bring a couple ogres with us. That might help. A couple of mages might help too. Maybe that's the reason why we were able to kill the hydras, because we have people in the background firing spells, because the orcs appear to be losing their efficiency in combat, so we may want to keep them just off and away from it. Well then, how are you guys doing on those stealing? You've gotten almost nothing done. Hooray! You've gotten almost nothing done. We've got lots and lots of guys joining our forces. I'm thinking we're probably going to have to take a break right here just because I got to sit here and let them train for a while. Otherwise, they're never going to be high enough level to get anything done. So what I would suggest is that you and I part ways. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of KeeperRL. I think we should be able to very, very soon, if not ridiculously soon, we should be able to attack and finish off the rest of the map. We might want to find lower level enemies that are a bit simpler first. But for right now, we're making really, really good progress, and I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me today. As we get vampires and some other things to file on in, I do think this is going to get a bit simpler. I'm just going to let them sit and train for like the next 10 or 15 minutes or so, okay? My name is Splattercat. This is KeeperRL. Get the game for yourself down below. Hi, do. Everybody, in the next episode, we should be able to wrap it up.